Hello everyone, this is Big Clingy coming at you in crappy webcam microphone quality. Because, yeah, there have been problems. The short version is, I tried to upload the ending of Birthright, and the credit song is protected by YouTube copyright bots, so the whole video got muted. In order to fix this, I had to go back and re-edit the video and mute that particular segment of it, and re-record post-commentary over it, which I can't do at the moment because my microphone is officially dead and I need to buy a new one. In addition to that, it's starting to come up towards the end of the university semester for me, and you know what that means. Lots of assignments and exams. Any of you who followed my Awakening playthrough last year will remember that there was a part of the game where I had to take an extended hiatus because I basically had to focus mostly on university. Now I'm almost feeling like I might have to do something similar, but probably not as crazy as it was back then. Back then I had about 20 or so assignments in the space of 2 weeks. This time I have much less, but I do have one very, very major test for one of my subjects that is not only extremely stressful, it's like an official qualification test that if I pass it, will really help towards me getting a job as a translator in the future. It also, however, has a 70% pass mark, and its marking criteria is incredibly harsh. Marking is entirely deductive. You start with full marks and get 1 mark taken off for every grammar mistake or mistranslation, and even more for bigger ones. So it's quite a stressful test to have to do, and preparing for that will have to take up a considerable amount of my time. That, combined with literally everything going wrong when it comes to my my recording, basically, that one thing I upload getting a copyright claim on it, and then my microphone dying immediately afterwards, it really almost felt like a real-life Setsuna or Alpha situation, and so I've kind of been under a lot of stress lately, and I think I need to take a bit of a break. It's particularly frustrating because I literally only have one more video left in both the Birthright and the Conquest playlists, and in fact, recording-wise, I'm totally done. The problem is that I now need to go back and re-edit the footage for those so it doesn't attract the copyright bots, and I have to re-record some commentary as post-commentary, because the way I do it, I record the commentary directly with Fraps. Fraps is recording both the game audio and my microphone audio at the same time. I do it that way for convenience, because if I don't do it like that, it's actually syncing up the commentary to the game audio. It's going to be very, very difficult. I think I've tried before, and it was really hard to do. So I just use this method as it's mostly convenient to me, but it does have the issue of the fact that the game audio and my commentary are fused together into one video file, and so if I need to mute the game audio, I mute the commentary at the same time. This leaves me no choice but to have to post-commentate over the credits on both parts, so like redoing that. And I've basically had to redo commentary twice on Birthright because I actually did record the post-commentary and then I found out my microphone was dying, so I now have to do it again. It's getting really, really frustrating, and now that my microphone is essentially totally gone, I can't do that unless you want to hear this kind of quality over the credits, which I'm pretty sure you don't. So long story short, even though I have all the footage I need for those 2 parts, it's going to take a while before I can actually upload them. As for why you definitely don't want to hear any of the original audio with this bad microphone, here's a sample of what it actually sounds like.
That Izana, overall, his character is the same as the Japanese version, pretty much. It basically is. The way they got his eccentricities across, and Asagi. Asagi is pretty awesome, actually. I like his character a lot better than I thought I would. It's very much just a completely different person who just happens to look like Gaius. He's not a total Gaius clone, and that's cool. But the size or name... And by the way, you might notice I didn't comment on him. Rajat, the Rajat was actually quite decent for me. She had really great magic.
So clearly that's unacceptable and has to be redone. And speaking of which, I have actually recorded the first 2 chapters of Revelation already. I decided to go ahead and do that because at the time I actually didn't know there were any problems with my microphone. The results were weird. Chapter 7 Revelation, the footage that I have for it, is totally fine. I reckon I could upload that just as it is and it'd work, because all there is a few little bits of static in the microphone. But other than that, my commentary is totally fine, the microphone never cut out at all, and the recording, the footage, and the audio is totally fine, so I can use that. Unfortunately, Chapter 6 is totally mangled beyond repair audio-wise. Not only was my microphone horribly glitching, but for some reason the in-game audio desynced massively. This has never happened before in all of my recording of this game, so I really have no idea what actually caused that. But basically, I think I need to completely re-record Revelation Chapter 6. Like, completely redo it, which means it will be no longer blind. But Chapter 7 will be. So yeah, this is why you don't want to do a blind run with faulty equipment. Why I'm no longer continuing until I get new equipment. Because in a more experienced playthrough, I can easily just go back and re-record a segment if I'm not happy with the result, but on a blind run, you lose your first-time reactions to everything if you get a major audio screw-up like this. So yeah, unfortunately that's delayed too. I can't really upload Revelation 7 before 6, even though that's pretty much fine and ready to upload. So basically everything involving Fates is delayed until I get a new microphone. With that out of the way, I thought I could just take a bit to talk about the claim itself, because there have been a lot of questions asked about it, and I just want to clear up some things about it. So, firstly, this is not Nintendo's fault. Nintendo has absolutely nothing to do with this copyright claim at all. For one, Nintendo never mutes a video. The worst they'll do is take away ad revenue, which I personally don't care about, because I do not monetize my videos and never intend to. This was quite different though. This was a claim specifically on the song that plays during the credits, the full version of Lost in Thought All Alone, and it was not made by Nintendo or Intelligent Systems. Here's the actual claim page itself. And here you'll notice that the audio content is being claimed by Being Incorporated. Now, at first I assumed that this may have been a false claim. Some people in the comments have been suggesting it's just someone who wants to claim ad revenue on this. I have actually had to deal with false claims before. This video that I posted a while ago once had a copyright claim on it by a Korean modeling company called Media in News that very clearly had nothing to do with Ratchet & Clank, the game, or the music used in it at all. I filed a dispute for that one and it eventually went away. This case is different, however. I look back over the credits of Fire Emblem Fates again. Yeah, vocals, Winter Strober, English lyrics, music, first violin, second violin, and wait a minute, right about now. Being Inc., Being Inc., Being Inc., Being Inc. They very clearly have a legitimate claim on this song. They seem to have handled the recording and mixing of it. And it seems like while the rest of the game is owned by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems, Being Incorporated owns this song, specifically the full version. And not just the Japanese version too, they clearly own all versions. In fact, a video that I recently watched of Rena Strober herself singing the song, apparently even she had to request permission to even sing it on her YouTube channel. That's just ridiculous! So yeah, while game companies might be lenient on footage from their games being used on YouTube videos, actual music recording companies can get pretty vicious about copyright. And it seems that Being Inc. definitely does that. This is also likely the reason why we don't have dual audio in this game, by the way, because, yeah, the Japanese version of this song is literally a debut single, and so Being Inc. pretty much owns that and would not give the localizers the rights to it. Now, I kind of saw this coming. The Smash Brothers version of the song, the vocal version, does get muted a lot on YouTube, so I was worried about this. In fact, I was worried about any instance of Azura singing in cutscenes resulting in the whole video being muted. It seems like this isn't the case. The one time where they mute the video is the end credits song specifically, the full version. Even End of All seems pretty much exempt from it, despite the fact that it contains excerpts from the song. So, anyone who's also recording this game, you don't need to worry about anything except for the version that plays in the end credits. And to be safe, yeah, you might just want to either mute the game audio there, or mute it in post and play different music over it. After this happened, some people were telling me in the comments to make a hashtag WTFU video. Or, where's the fair use? It's a series of rants on YouTube that regarding fair use and YouTube's copyright policies. Probably. I don't really know much about this since I don't really follow those videos, and for good reason. Fair use does not exist in Australia. So I wouldn't have been able to claim fair use here even if I wanted to. In Australia, we have something called fair dealing, which is virtually the same, but it has one pretty major difference. Here's an extract from Wikipedia that sums it up. In order to claim fair dealing, the purpose that you're using the copyrighted content must fall within one of these 5 categories: research and study, review and criticism, reporting the news, legal advice, or parody and satire. If it does not fall into one of these, you have no right to claim anything. Basically, it's much more restricted than America's fair use. In fair use, the principle is the same, but it's arguable. You can make a case that you're using the content in a way that is fair use. And in general, that does tend to fall into one of these 5 categories, but it's not quite as concrete as fair dealing is. With fair dealing, you must argue one of these 5 categories. There's no room for flexibility here. Now, many people on YouTube and otherwise claim that video game Let's Plays technically fall under review and criticism. The thing is, I'm not really sure that I could apply that here, because what's being claimed is not the game footage itself, but the song. Unless I was specifically giving a review and criticism of the song itself, which aside from me constantly saying Rena Strober is awesome, this song was amazing, I don't think I really was, and thus I don't think I can claim review and criticism here. Most people in Australia think that the fair dealing laws are really unequipped to handle the new internet age, and are calling for a change or to actually adopt America's fair use system, but none of that's really gone through because most Australian politicians are utter cavemen when it comes to technology, which is why we still have some of the worst internet in the world. Nobody really cares about doing anything about it. So, yeah, sorry to give you a bit of a lesson there, but yeah, brief education in why I can't claim fair use even if I wanted to, because we don't have fair use in Australia. So to sum up, I'm not really going to be calling a full hiatus. I'm just going to say that from now on, don't expect daily uploads. I'll just upload when I get the chance to. Both due to microphone issues and due to increased university work, I'll have less time to record now, but I will try and get videos up when I can. I'm not going to completely stop making videos for another month like I did back in Awakening. But just, yeah, I'm surprised I managed to keep up daily uploads for this long, seriously. But yeah, annoying that it had to fall through right towards the end. But once I do get a new microphone, I'll try and get Birthright and Conquest's final chapters up. I'll have to completely redo Revelation 6. But after that, it should hopefully be a bit smoother. But again, I'll only really be able to record Revelation when I get the chance to. So expect uploads of that sporadically. On the subject of Revelation, a more sporadic upload schedule might actually be enforced by that anyway, because due to the sheer number of characters who are going to be in it, and the sheer amount of supports, there's going to be a lot of off-camera grinding on that one. Especially since I have heard that there are a lot of characters who join incredibly underleveled, so that one's probably going to be sporadic progress anyway, but hopefully it will work out once we actually get to it. So just bear with me for a little while. I'll just take a bit of a break to de-stress, and then I'll work on Revelations and the other videos when I next get the chance to. So please just be understanding. Actually, one more bit of Fates news before I leave off. It's apparently been revealed that the European release of Fire Emblem Fates will actually use the digital version that Japan got, where you actually buy the digital version and it's actually neither campaign, and once you get to Chapter 6, you download either Birthright or Conquest for free. I honestly wish that the American version got that, because it was a nice, convenient way to do the downloadable version. But yeah, seems like Europe's getting that. I wonder if Europe's going to get any other changes too. I doubt it will get a completely redone localization, but I wonder if some censorship may be removed like it was in Awakening, or if they may change some controversial elements like Sizor and Baruka's C support. I'm not sure, we'll just have to wait until the time comes. On a completely different note, yes, some people have been saying, I did see the Persona 5 new trailer, and it looks absolutely amazing. I might want to do a trailer analysis of that when I get the chance, because I've seen a few analysis videos of it, and most of them are by people who can't read the Japanese text. I've read some of the Japanese text, and it actually reveals quite a bit of interesting new information. So I'd like to, add my own thoughts to the mix. So that should come, again, once I get my new microphone. So, see you in my next video, I guess.